if you find yourself in credit card debt and you're making payments month to month, but you see this credit card debt not going down, well, this video is for you. So I wanted to share with you 3 things that I share with my clients, and I've seen and been able to help so many people get out of that credit card debt and be much happier today. So the number one thing I want to talk about is how do we attack this debt? So there's a process that we call the snowball process, right? And what we do with that is that we actually take all the other credit cards and we pay off just the minimum. And we start paying off, or at least trying to pay off, the smaller ones. So what this does is that as the more the credit cards that you pay off, right, the faster that you'll be able to get through all of your debt, right? So for example, let's say you have 3 credit cards. You owe $100 in one, you owe $500 on the second one, and then you owe $1,000 in the third one. So what you want to do, right, is pay your minimum payment onto the last 2 credit cards that have the larger balance, and then you want to pay off the little one. So instead of making 3 payments of $100, you're making now, well, in this case would be basically $100, right? You'll be paying off the smaller credit card for $100 and you pay your minimum. But next month, you now have 2 credit cards, right? And now you want to pay, instead of what you were doing before, $300 for 3 credit cards, now you're doing $300 for one single credit card, the one that owes $500. And for next month, you only owe $200, right? Obviously, just providing numbers for example, right? But this is the process of what we want to do. So this does 2 things for you. First, it helps us focus on one credit card at a time and paying off that credit card and getting that card out of your credit card debt, right? But also, right, the more credit cards that you see that you're paying off, you know, they're more confident that it will give you and help you finish this plan and this process that you want to do and getting rid of debt. Second thing that I would definitely recommend also is always look for those offers. If you haven't gone to your bank, I would advise that you do. A lot of banks do offer what we call balance transfer credit cards, right? And these cards, what they do is they give you an extended amount of months with 0% interest. Now, when we do that, you want to be careful that if we're getting a credit card that is 0% interest for 12, 15, 18 months, whatever the offer is, that we stick to that plan, right? Because we want to accomplish to pay off this debt within the time that is provided. So if it's 12 months, we want to make sure we are sharper focused in paying that card and that debt within those months, because we don't want to incur any interest, right? And the reason why I would advise this option is whenever there's 0% interest, because in the long run, right, it will help you save some money. It will not be the cure to the problem, right? It will just give you a way to save some money along the way. And the third option, right, or the third thing I would advise is finding a way to consolidate your debts. If there's a way that we can maybe get a personal loan and pay off all your credit card debt, I would definitely advise for that, right? The reason why I left this one as a third option is because sometimes we can apply for a loan and it might be hard for you to get approved depending on the banks, depending on your relationship with the bank, because your DTI, your debt to income, might be a little bit higher than the guidelines that the banks are looking for. But if you do qualify for a personal loan, I would definitely advise for that. And here's why. Because if you're able to pay off all your debt, right, and we go back to the scenario I presented you before, and you have 3 credit cards debts in which you're making $100 payment on each one, that's $300. But if you're able to consolidate all that debt and now you're paying $300 to a single account, that's going to help you pay down the debt faster, because you only have to worry about one interest rather than the interest on 3 different credit cards. And usually credit cards do tend to have a higher interest rate on the balance that you owe. And also when you have a fixed loan, right, now you have a clear view and plan of how long it's going to take you to pay off your debt. Now, I hope that this added some value to you. I do recommend, if you want to learn about finances, if you want to learn about careers, about interviewing and things like that, please go ahead and hit the like and follow. I'll be providing more content. Drop in the comments anything that you would like to hear. And please, I appreciate you watching. Let's keep connected. Thank you.